What do you think then of the era that we're in called Facebook? I have two beefs with Facebook.
Yeah.
One is when I joined, they made a deal with me. That deal was your stuff's private.
Yep.
And I feel like they've had scope creep on that.
Yeah, they sort of changed their mind about that.
Yeah, and I feel like there were a lot of ways they could have implemented that to make it obvious what's private and what's public. And there's a lot more data leakage than people acknowledge. But my second problem is that our data is hostage. And I don't understand that mentality, why it's been pervasive, why more people aren't outraged, why that strategy is working.
Yeah, I guess people don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are home consumer, you know, the consumer doesn't care about.
So consumer doesn't care about lock-in, but
I don't think they even think that they have data on Facebook. Honestly, if they think of it as a communication platform, they don't think that that's like carefully built up data. Maybe
they
their
don't
pictures.
think about their pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, they might, but they probably have their pictures somewhere else too.
Okay.
Or maybe they don't care. Maybe the pictures are just like, look what I did last night.
You know what? Of course, people have their
it's not an
pictures in
archive.
multiple places.
Yeah.
They must, right?
Yeah, I think it's just like privacy, which is you bring it up and you can get people really paranoid about you know, shredding their credit card bills so that they don't get identity theft and stuff like that. And surprisingly, most people just cannot get paranoid about that stuff.
Right.
They got that one password which they've written on their hand, and it's the same password for every site.
Yeah.
And they just you get them excited about how that's a bad thing, and they'll think about that for about 5 minutes and say, "Can I move on, please?"
It's like dental floss or something.
Yeah.
Like.
It is sort of a shame, though, that you can get that kind of lock. My concern with Facebook is a little bit less of the lock-in as much as the, I don't want to say it's the monoculture. It's that it's a closed garden. It's like I don't like closed gardens where I can't be a vendor without, you know, talking to Mark.
I say this all the time, so I hope I won't sound repetitive, but you know, I've been saying for a long time, I find it's the modern day AOL, and I say, my mom used to call me and say, honey, I'm on the internet, and I used to say, Mom, come on, you're on AOL.
You're on AOL.
You know? And now she says, honey, I'm on the internet, and I say, no, Mom, you're on Facebook. And so
I mean, you see the ads where it's like facebook.com/IBM or whatever.
Just like the old days.
Yeah.
Remember those?
But that's first of all, it doesn't make any sense. What was wrong with IBM.com?
Yeah.
And secondly, why would they lock themselves into a Facebook ecosystem?
So here's the dilemma.
When they could be on the web and be open. And,
I agree. I've been calling Facebook the Internet.
Internet.
Yeah. Here's the dilemma. So I've spoken with a lot of brands about this, and agencies in particular. And I said, I don't understand why you're putting so much energy and effort into something in a closed ecosystem. Why wouldn't you build out your websites? Here's what they said, and I think there's some logic to it, Joel.
Yeah.
They said, look, we built all these little microsites that nobody comes to. We struggle to get Google traffic to get people here.
Yeah.
Once they're here, they do nothing, they leave. I know nothing about them. I can't get them to leave me information. What they said is, I build those same pages on Facebook. People click one button, they like me. Then suddenly my information goes into a stream. I have easier tools to bring them back in. I can put out offers. I can incentivize them to put out stuff. So they said the cost of the microsite relative to the benefit didn't pay off, and on Facebook it is. And they're saying like the major brand stuff, the tentpole stuff, we'll do on our own website, but the microsite stuff better on Facebook.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. You know, you can always, if Facebook starts treating brands badly, then they'll leave. You know, next year you can put your identity somewhere else.
Yeah.
You've invested something in it, but it doesn't have to be permanent.
I always say to any brand or agency that'll listen is, I just be careful not to be all in on Facebook. And this is not an anti-Facebook thing. It's a pragmatic strategy,
be all in on
right?
anything,
Yeah. Have it be a channel.
Yeah.
Have your website be a channel.
Right.
Use Twitter as a channel. You know, so, but for a while, people seem to be all in. So you were at